Anyways, we can watch that Gate Guardian video. Yeah, that'll be the video that I come back with, chat. Just because Gate Guardian is like pretty, it's pretty topical right now. You know, the cards just got released. I don't think they're bad. Like I think they're not like insane, but like they're good enough. Let's see. There's an XYZ that can equip a warrior and gain its attack, and Gate Guardian was the highest attack main deck warrior. Oh, I did mention, so in my video, I mean, I didn't mention that Gate Guardian, like, that's a little too specific. I did mention that it was the second highest attack position, or it was the second highest attack monster in the game when it was first released in the OCG, because Blue Eyes Ultimate was released in the same day. Gate Guardian was also unsummonable, chat. If you guys don't know this, when they released Gate Guardian before they released the 3 pieces in the OCG, so you couldn't actually summon the card. You couldn't even play it. But I did mention that.
Hello, guys, and welcome back to the channel.
Right,
today I have got a cool new video.
I'm gonna drink this soda.
In FTK.
Damn it!
And it'll be going over.
Okay, I'm sorry. My soda got warm, chat, and it's not warm, but it's like not ice cold, and I don't want to miss the video. So what the? Oh, you didn't know that? Swing. Konami has done that multiple times. Konami has released cards that are unsummonable. Usually it happens in the OCG, like way back in DM. I'm talking like 2000, before the TCG even existed. But they've done it a couple of times. It's always in DM. Well, they'll release a card and they don't release the other subsequent cards until after that. They did it with some Blue Eyes monster with like the first Yu-Gi-Oh movie. Maybe I'll make that into a video. But they don't do it anymore. They don't do it anymore. But they've done it before where they've released cards and the cards are technically unplayable because the other cards associated with them that are like requirements are not. Yeah, like Shining Blue Eyes or some shit like that. Here, you guys watch this and watch this Brandon do it for a second. Let me get some what's it called. Wasn't there a Salamangreat XC like that? By the way, chat, I think Zelza is right. I think when this stream is over, I'm gonna hit Pack Up on Twitter, chat, and see if I can get a quote from him, just in case Christian Urena doesn't respond. But I'll what's it called? I'm gonna hit Pack Up and see if I can get him to. I feel pretty confident, like 90% confident that Pack will respond. But just in case I can't get Christian Urena, and maybe I can also tell Christian, if he'll even listen, that I have Jesse Cotton and Pack, you know. So, all right, let's see what he got.
Some of the new stuff that's coming
Hit
out
up a girl,
memories and also coming back.
I mean, when she wins a YCS,
so if you haven't looked at the set yet, we know a bunch of new cards, including the Gate Guardian stuff, which is TCG exclusive for the time being. We also have in there this Ancient Fairy Dragon. which has now been errated to be hard once per turn, meaning you can't summon it back and use it again. And now it also has to add a field spell with a different name. Both limitations are pretty minor, and while do hurt the card's viability, it is still a very strong card that can see play in many combos, including one I will be showing you guys in a second. A lot of people have asked me if they think Ancient Fairy Dragon will have impact once it gets unbanned in a week, and I think the answer is a little nuanced. It's a maybe. If it doesn't have an impact immediately, it will have at some point in the future. It is a strong card, especially with the Shudo going to 3 now. So yeah. Now before I continue, I'd have a question for you guys. When I do these combo videos, typically on Team Sam's channel, I've done them with real life cards and have a cameraman there. Now, obviously that does require some more work.
What? Nah. If Jesse's asking, like, can I do these combos on Dueling Book or on Eat? Like, yeah, I'd still watch them. Like, who cares? Like, who cares? If anything, it makes it a little more practical to be on DB, because it's just like you don't have to worry about shuffling. It's just quicker.
So like, if you guys really appreciate that type of stuff, please let me know in the comments below, and I will put in the effort to have that done. However, if you guys are fine with Dueling Book, then you can say so as well.
I'd still watch on Dueling.
I can keep the videos here and pump them out faster because they're a lot easier to produce and require a lot less effort. Speaking of Team Sam, please go to check out his website, tsx1.com, where you can get the beautiful sleeves he has and very nice feeling sleeves that I use as well. Use the code potato10 for a 10% discount. You guys won't regret it. These are sleeves I use.
Jeez, super Canadian. Press 1 if Canadians don't support each other. You know what? Canadians are just like women, dude. All you guys do is tear each other down. You know what I mean? Like, Canadians are... Jesse Con's Canadian, Sammy's Canadian, Super Canadian. All you guys do is tear each other down, man.
The YCS
Who's that? You're
down. Is Armageddon
not president.
I know.
Justin something or other. Tripp's Canadian.
But when you're thinking
Tom Box is Canadian.
Important to keep in mind of what each piece actually does in its context, because that's how you find replacements, substitutes, alternatives to combo.
Yo, I said this. Coder is also Canadian. I said this a long time ago, chat. This card needs to be banned. Like, I do not care if it's not being played, bro. Like, Armageddon Knight is one of the biggest FTK enablers in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's up there with, like, Lavalval Chain, or... what's, like, another card where, like, it's... honestly, people aren't going to want to hear this, but, like, Dugaris. You know what I mean? Like, they're just FTK-like cards. You know what I mean? Like, Dugaris. Card doesn't do anything healthy. It's just cheese. Anyways.
On the fly through disruptions. With a lot of combos, if there isn't an alternative, the combo sucks, the deck sucks, and it's a choke point that can be exploited. Now, this deck isn't actually good.
Dugaris is never... I agree. All Dugaris does is degenerate shit. It's just a degenerate design card, in my opinion.
Try even tell you that. It's more of a fun combo gimmick. All Armageddon Knight is accomplishing here is acting as a way to summon Ancient Fairy Dragon via Destrudo. Very easy to do that in other ways as well, whether it be with Dragon or Veen. Just having Destrudo plus any other monster. It's not that hard.
Yeah, I think Dinosaur's play for that.
This 2-card combo sets up. It gets you an Ancient Fairy Dragon in the field, a field spell in play, and a level 7. If you can do that, then you have the setup to this combo, and you don't have to worry about what Armageddon Knight actually is. Like, you could do this with Isold as well, getting Armageddon Knight, but yeah, the main point is don't overly fixate on the fact that Armageddon Knight's here. Think of what it's actually trying to accomplish, and then you can kind of see past that. Obviously, I wanted to be a little more, I guess, creative or complex. I could swap it out for another combination of cards, but simplicity's sake, that's what I have. Leading off, this is, I guess,
Neo Space Connector, kind of like that too.
I'm gonna get Fenrir here, and I'm gonna add one, but I don't actually need it for the combo. An extra body, which whoever knows, you can expand upon the combo to make some like interruption protection, because you're gonna have a bunch of effects that actually just don't matter here. But yeah, so as I said, we're just gonna set up the Ancient Fairy Dragon play. Paying life points does matter for later in the combo. One of the Gate Guardian cards that we're gonna use requires your life points to be lower than your opponents, but we're gonna be paying life points like several times, so that is not a problem for us. I think we lose life points on our own terms like 4 times this turn. And yeah, Ancient Fairy Dragon gains 1,000, doesn't pay 1,000. And we get to add a field spell. So let's get the Labyrinth field spell, Labyrinth Wall Shadow. So this is the first new card we have, and it has 3 effects. First and the third we're going to ignore. What we do care about, though, is once per turn, during your main phase, you can place a Gate Guardian piece from your banished deck or hand, and you can continue a spell trap card zone. So this sets up your fusion plays, because they don't require fusion spells. You can banish them directly from the field, even when they're back row. So yeah, we're going to put Sang of the...
Did you guys see that coming, chat, by the way? Because I predicted that Gate Guardian... Yeah, this field spell is not a hard once per turn. I learned that by watching Lithium. I thought that Gate Guardian was gonna get a Thunder Dragon fusion like card. But I also thought that they'd be like I thought they were gonna be designed like Thunder Dragon, where you had to do like meet a condition, and then you could like tribute any of them to tag into a fusion. But I also thought they'd get a fusion card. I 100% thought that they were gonna be fusion based. Excuse me. I even wrote that into the original Gate Guardian script. But I think it's interesting that they designed them this way, to like being put on the field in a way that like I don't think anyone predicted. I somehow remembered in the anime they placed them in the. Did they? Maybe was that in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX? Because like I don't ever remember Gate Guardian pieces being in the back row. I feel like I feel like they were set. They were set and they were like in caskets or some shit like that. Yeah, they were put on the field. The Gate Guardian pieces were like put on the field. Yeah, they were like coffins or something. It was really weird. Yeah, they were in like coffins or some Japanese like coffins or some shit like that. Oh, they were in the spell track. Okay.
The Thunder or Kazu.
I just remember they were like coffins.
The other one later,
and they weren't like monsters.
We don't need the Norwegians, so we don't play that one. Yeah, here we can overlay for a card that has been popping up a little more in combos recently, and it's
Monkey S.
Frankly, it's a very strong card. It is Raid Raptor Arsenal Falcon. So it is a rank 7, which.
Yo, chat. I'm gonna be honest. This card is starting to look like one of these random kind of. I'm not gonna say Galaxy Tomahawks, but like one of these random Dixie monsters that just might get banned. Could you chat? Could you see it? I'm just saying, like usually when you get these random Dixie monsters, that's like all they do is cause problems. You know, you look at like, hey, Raid Raptors, do you guys really need this card? Oh wait, no one plays Raid Raptors? Cool, ban it.
Which again has multiple effects.
Just saying.
However, there's only one that we can actually use because the others require Raid Raptors. And this one is once per turn, you can attach a material from the card, special summon a level 4 winged beast from your deck. This is generic. It's a rank 7. You can use it in kind of
Zephyros maybe?
And it has some crazy combo potential. So
it has to be Zephyros,
this is just
right?
waiting to be exploited. And with the amount of level 7s we have in the format right now, this might be the time, even if it's not in this specific play. And one of the best things you can summon off it is none other than Zephyros.
Zephyros,
you know, just keep bounce back your cards. So from here we can link to another
Wait,
Raid Raptor card, and that is Wise Tricks.
It's because wing beasts are all tied to like 3 archetypes, chat. If you really look at winged beasts, they're all tied to freaking Black Wings, Raid Raptors, and Harpies. It's all tied to like 3 I mean, yeah, you could technically say flu, but like the entire concept of winged beasts is just tied to like 3 archetypes. And Konami supported those archetypes forever. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, winged beasts have a ton of monsters because Harpies, Raid Raptors, Black Wings, and Black Wings have almost as many cards as heroes.
The card has been begging to be
and
in the combo.
This card, I don't care what anyone says, this card will never be bad. This card is broken. This card is like baby needle fiber. People just don't realize it. This card's fucking insane. Wise Tricks will never be. This card is insane, chat. This card is like freaking baby needle fiber.
For
real.
Dark Wing Beast, if it's Link Summon, Special Summon,
dude,
4
Wise Tricks is insane as a card.
It's going to get its effects. Also, it can be
Literally,
so that's not a big deal. You can still execute with it.
And you get a rank up. It's not. If it was 2 Dark Monsters, no. If this card would have been 2 Dark Monsters, it would have already been banned. 100% chat. If Raid Raptor Wise Tricks said 2 Dark Monsters and not Dark Wing, it would have already been banned. 100%.
That turn.
It would have already been.
Yeah, especially from deck here.
You can't link with it.
And this can also be a way of accessing.
You can't link with Bardiche.
You could even like play a second.
That didn't stop that card from getting banned.
Play around TD Crow, I guess.
Yeah, you can't link with Bardiche.
You can't link with it. So it's like here.
Who cares?
Way to play around it, unless you got
turn
like,
it into Sprite gigantic
or Rise Heart off this. You could have special summoned it from your hand off Ancient Fairy Dragon because we never used that effect, special from hand. Then you could have made a ring 4. In fact, that probably works. But yeah. There's things to look out for if everyone's optimized a combo. What you're not using, what capabilities.
All right, so where are we going now?
One thing to note with Labyrinth Wall Shadow, a once per turn effect, but not a hard once per turn. That means it doesn't say something along the lines of like Tier Cost here, which says you can only use each effect once per turn. It just says once per turn. So if we activate a new copy of it, we can use it again. So if we return to the hand and pay 400 for Zephyros, and now we can play our other piece from the deck. So we have that set up here. I'm going to need the field space. I'm not going to summon my guy yet. I don't need to right now. Also, there's no need to play into random hand traps. Here we make our Raid Raptor XYZ, and we get a search. Raider's Wing can come back, but we don't need it for the combo. Actually, I think I do use it in I need an extra body on the field.
Oh, he does play Soul
Shade. It can be Raider's Wing,
cool.
It can be anything, but yeah. And I'm going to get anything again. It could be an extender, it could be...
I freaking knew it, chat. I freaking knew it. He's gonna turn this into gigantic. I randomly said gigantic Sprite, He's actually going to do it. Holy crap, chat. I was thinking, I was like, what? How does he get this card out of the X? He turns it into Gigantic Sprite. That's why the Sprite monsters are here. I was just randomly not like, turn it into Gigantic Sprite. I don't know. He actually does do it.
From the hand, but because they don't really need it, I've omitted it from this combo. And then we get to reset a rank up spell, so I get the Soul Shape Force. So this one's another good card.
Cyber Dragon Infinity.
Part of why Y-Strix is like so insane, and it's kind of insane that it hasn't been played yet in a main combo deck. It says pay half your life and target raid rep XYZ in your grave, and special summon next to each from your extra deck. There's two.
Gigantic should have been banned. And now we can. One of them got to be banned.
So I need to make another link 2 here. So I can just attach this special summon of Raiders Vein. If a card is in your hand, your grave, detach a material in the deck like Z, special summon this card, ban shit, whatever. Main point being, I just want to clear this off the field and make any link to. This is fine. And this just gets me Ravine, which I'm not going to use. This is just cards like in my hand I can discard for later. So I'm going to make Gigantic. I'm not going to use the effect yet. I still have a lot of other summonings to do. I don't want to lock myself out.
You need to summon the fusion first, right?
Including summon our rank 6. Just no biggie. We got, doesn't matter how many life points we have. When
you go for Cyber Dragon Infinity.
People were like thinking of using it to summon Cyber Dragon Infinity, but I was not thinking big enough. Summoning something like M7, or I mean not M7, Cyber Dragon Infinity, but I was not thinking big enough. Summoning something like M7, or I mean not M7, Beatrice or Atom is the way to go. So Atom summons a dragon from the deck, gives attack and defense becomes 0, but cannot attack. Who cares? Get any dragon from our deck now. So the dragon we want is Brotor. I like Brotor because now I can get the Sprite cards out of my deck, and I can target Gigantic Sprite, add a Dark Thunder. So I can get rid of one of these that don't matter. I get a Dark Thunder from deck to hand. And I'm going to get Sprite Blue. I have a level 2 Dark XYZ on the field, so I can special that. Then I can get...
Wait. I thought this card only searched dragons. Does this card just search, like, any monster that's on the field or something? I fully thought... Ferrazzo's texting me by the... Yeah, I thought this card, like, only searched dragon monsters. It searches anything that... Oh, I guess because you only see it with dragon monsters on the field? Yeah, Chad, I actually never knew. I thought this card only searched dragons. That's interesting.
Jet, special, and add starter. Now I need to clear some field space again. I can link these two away, and I can make anything. I have IP here. Doesn't matter. Maybe there's something that does something in my deck. And then I can banish these from the field to summon Gate Guardian of Thunder and Wind. So this is another new card. So the 3 2-piece Gate Guardian fusions require you to banish the above cards you control to summon from the extra deck. No fusion spell required. This one says during your main phase, you can add a spell trap in your extra hand that mentions Gate Guardian pieces, and only uses effect once per turn. That's fine. So we have to add one of the cards here. And one of the new cards we can add is Ruryoku
with it
Guardian. I don't know why they made this card, but they did. 5 points lower than your opponents. Check. Target one monster you control with Gate Guardian in its original name. Check. Half your opponent's life points. That monster gains attack equal to your opponent's life points.
Wait. Hold on. If your life points are lower than your opponent's targetable monster you control with Gate Guardian in its original name, half your opponent's light points. By the way, this card's kind of crazy. And you guys might not know that. So the original card that this was based on was called Ryuku. And I think it actually got limited to 1 in the OCG. I plan on making a video about it, or maybe a short. The card was actually crazy, to be honest, for like DM, by DM standards. Half your opponent's life point. Yeah, that's kind of the crazy part, is like it half your opponent's life points. Then that monster gains attack equal to your opponent's life points. You can banish this card, add a piece. So he needs to do burn now, right?
Pretty good. And then you can mention the grave to add one of your...
What card? So it was either called Ryoku or Ryoku Field. I'm just going to put my phone on mute for a second. Yeah, it was either called Ryoku or just Ryoku Field. I think it was just called Ryoku. And the art was almost identical to it. It had this guy on it, but it didn't have Gate Guardian in it. And they played it in the duel.
We activate it here, and we target this. They go down to 4,000 life, and then this gains 4,000 attack. So he goes up to 6,500 attack here, and they're down to 4,000. So now we just need to close the little bit of a gap left. So now we're going to summon one more level 2 from the deck. Has to be dark. So I'm going to summon Pixies here.
Take damage,
it doesn't have to be. In fact, this probably takes the most damage.
He does take it.
Who cares? They're dead. And now we can overlay 3. And this is a card that popped up a bit with some FTKs a couple months ago, but it hasn't been talked about much.
Does anyone know this card? 43 I don't know this card. I don't even know what set it's from. Yeah. I mean, it's a number. I don't care about number monsters. But like, I actually just don't recognize this card. So 3 level 2 darts. So like basically sprites. Although all sprites aren't darts, so very specific sprites. Once per turn, detach one exceed material from this card, then target a number monster in your graveyard. Does he have that? I'm gonna assume yes. It's a Utopia F. How does you? But Utopia doesn't have level 2 monsters though, right? Hi, Cyframe Duelist. Thank you very much, Cyframe Duelist, coming through with the Twitch resubscription. 10 months in a row, almost 1 full year of grown ass Cyframiness. I appreciate that support. Hey Cap, I don't know what to say here. Just enjoy the resub and happy 10 months. Thank you so much. The effect doesn't matter. They can summon number monsters with Dragnar, I think. I bet you'll find out what it does if you keep watching.
Understand, because this is a little bit hard to make, but we'll force it anyways. And that is number 43, Manipulator of Souls. 2 level 2 darks. What it does mainly is once per turn, when you gain life points, accepting damage step, make this card gain an equal amount of attack, also inflict the damage to your opponent. So if you've noticed, now we can go affect the gigantic special from deck, summon a red resonator.
Oh, come on!
Summon that can target a monster on the field, and life points equals to attack. Target the Guardian, which is 6,500 attack. When I gain life points, I can make this guy gain 6,500 and then burn them for that. So they take 10,500 damage here. This is always going to be more than enough to kill them because you're having their life and then whatever.
Yeah, you have their life. Oh, come on. Once he was like active, I was like, okay, so how do you like trigger this? Once he active, I was like, oh, he's going to summon that freaking red resonator card that they were using in time with sprites.
And have it's added to here, which you'll then burn them for. So even if they have 1,000,000 life points, this can kill them. If they do the Dion Kettle infinite loop that I did in Sam's video, they're still dead. Like this is an infinite damage combo.
Jack Atlas
it's like one of the
structure
few ways to do that, where it's infinite damage, no loop. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.
That was actually really cool.